Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jake here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Go PvP video. And in today's video, guys, we are going to be shoutcasting a very strong competitor within the top 100. His name is BHaz401, and he will be doing a complete sweep in this tournament with 19 players. He goes 10-0 in all of his games today. This is going to be part one of a two-part shoutcast I'm going to be doing, showing off his matches in complete dominating fashion. He goes 20-0 in one day, guys. He wins two 5-round tournaments in one day, and he doesn't lose a single game. So we're going to be going over that and shoutcasting this first match here. His first opponent, you guys will see on the right hand side of the screen, will be D, and his team is on the screen. BHaz401's team will be Noctowl, Alone Graveler, Fortress, Victory Bell, Vigoroth, and Lantern. Now, one thing to take into note, guys, is that he wasn't able to record his half of his round 5 match, so you guys won't be able to see all of it, but at least you'll know he goes 10-0. So let's begin this here in the first game up against D's team, which is Vigoroth, Venusaur, Breloom, Girafarig, Vespiquen, and Alolanchu. Quite an interesting team there. I see quite a few positive matchups running Victory Bell. But I also see a lot of positive matchups running Fortress as well. So very interesting teams here. Let's see how they go at it. So jumping into this first match, guys, he is going to be opening with Vigoroth. And it's actually a mirror match. So, getting right into the shoutcast here, guys. I'm going to be expecting a piggyback here. And it looks like his opponent decides to use Body Slam first. So, this is the right play here. He's going to shield this up. He wants to win this mirror match, and he does. He's going to get the piggyback there. So, that's going to put him one counter ahead on energy. And now he should be able to win this first matchup here. He is going to commit both shields. This is completely the right play here. He's going to force his opponent's shield out here, or he will let that Vigoroth go. He decides to shield. So, like I said earlier, he is one counter ahead, guys, so he will be able to feint this Vigoroth right now with the Body Slam. So, really good play and great knowledge by BHaz to know piggybacking there is the right scenario. And in comes his Girafarig. Now this is going to be really interesting because it's shields down, and that Noctowl will get annihilated by a Thunderbolt. So he does a smart play and decides to switch into this Lantern. So this Lantern obviously is tanky enough to tank one of these T-Bolts. The Girafarig is going to use it, and it looks like, I'm not sure if that was a bad hit, but that seemed to do a lot less damage than I thought it would have. But anyways, here he does feint that, and his last Pokemon is Venusaur. So this is great. He's going to immediately switch into this Noctowl, knowing that he doesn't want to allow this Venusaur to farm energy from his Noctowl. Not from his Noctowl, from his Lantern. So this obviously is the right play here, and this is going to be a wrap for game 1 of round 1. He's going to take that in a pretty dominating fashion there. So this is just the beginning of what's to come, guys. Let's get into game number 2. So in this next game, guys, he's going to be running with Victory Bell on the front. Now I'm really interested to see how he plays with this Victory Bell, seeing as it is his replacement for Venusaur. Brave Vic here is going to be choosing still. And yeah, let's see what happens here. He's going to be opening with Vigoroth again. So this is a great opening matchup for him. He's going to have to block one of these Body Slams, I believe. But his opponent's going to be farming energy here. Yep, exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's going to block this first Body Slam, and then he's going to farm the rest of this Vigoroth down. He does get a second Body Slam, but I don't expect a shield to come out here. A smart play by BHaz there. And yeah, he has a ton of energy now to potentially shield bait with acid spray. That is what he's going to do. See here, does he get the excellent? Not quite, but that's okay. It's just acid spray, and he gets the shield bait, guys. So this giraffe rig is going to be toast in any second now by this lantern. I'm assuming he's going to switch in his lantern here. No, he actually opts to go Vigoroth. So interesting choice there. I guess they both are neutral. Counter as well as water gun are both neutral to that giraffe rig, and he does shield twice on that giraffe rig, so definitely has some value in it there. He probably thinks that Noctowl is in the back, but unfortunately for him, he has lantern in the back, so he's going to feint down this giraffe rig and then body slam whenever it comes in, and it's a Alolan Raichu. So this is going to be pretty much a wrap here. He's going to have those 2 body slams ready to go. And then this is going to completely drain down that health. And look at that. One more counter and down goes that Alolan Raichu. So very well played by BHaz there in round number 1. Let's get into round number 2. So guys, here in round number 2, BHaz is going to be facing off against SD Bryant 14. And his team will be Fortress, Lantern, Noctowl, Vigoroth, Wigglytuff, and Venusaur. BHaz is looking to come in here with Victory Bell, Vigoroth, and Lantern. Looks like a pretty good lineup against his team. He has the majority of things covered. He has a counter to Wigglytuff there, and this looks like a solid matchup unless he goes up against Fortress or Noctowl in the beginning. So let's see what happens here against SD Bryant. Assuming he has CMP here since he chose last, and it's a Venusaur. So this is actually a losing matchup for Victory Bell because those Venusaur gets to the Sludge Bomb a lot quicker than Victory Bell can even get to an Acid Spray. Now right here, they're both going to just be farming a ton of energy. Going to expect a shield to come out here. It does. Smart on him, but this could be a shield bait, and it is a shield bait. So he's going to immediately go for this Acid Spray here, trying to soften up that Venusaur, and I'm going to expect a switch in here, or he's just going to keep going at it. So he decides to keep going at it, actually, and he does actually feint the Venusaur there, so very interesting. That Venusaur definitely seemed like it had a lot more energy on it. Very interesting play there. But he comes in with this Fortress, so all he can really do here is hit the Acid Spray, and he's going to block that Acid Spray. Not the greatest of plays there by any means. That is going to be immune to Fortress, and he decides to block it. So this Fortress is now softened up, so very smart on BHaz to come in here with the Vigoroth, knowing these counters will be doing quite a bit of damage. And ooh, great call on that shield play. He's going to switch out of that Fortress into his own Vigoroth. Now, ooh, BHaz almost switched out there. That would have been kind of bad. But he still has that Fortress very weak. So if he can just piggyback off of this Vigoroth, he'll be in a good spot. But the Vigoroth gets off a Body Slam. Or no, it's actually a Brick Break. So interesting choice of moveset there for the opposing Vigoroth. He is going to counter his Vigoroth down, and then in comes this Lantern. Now this could be scary for Lantern because that Fortress could potentially get through an Earthquake, but because it's softened up, I don't think that's going to be the end here. As you guys can see, those water guns are chipping down so quickly, and yeah, that's it, guys. Lantern gets the T-ball, and this game is pretty much a wrap here. And bam, down goes that Fortress, and BHaz takes game number 1 of round 2. So going into game number 2, guys, he is going to be swapping up his lead. He's taking out Victory Bell, probably trying to trick his opponent to lead with a Fortress or a Noctowl again, so he can catch them off guard with a Vigoroth lead. And he's also going to switch up for Noctowl this time. This team is quite weak to Wigglytuff, so he definitely needs to be aware of that. But let's see how this game goes, guys. So, let's see what he catches. Oh, it's a Wigglytuff lead. This is not good, guys. He needs to get out of there ASAP or play it out and try to burn some shields here. If I were him, I honestly would just go for the shield burning, because he doesn't want to leave himself switch locked. And yeah, he's just going to go immediately for the body slam spam. His opponent decides to block the first one, which is good for him. That's one shield down. He's going to get this next body slam off. He decides to not block it. So, wow, this Wigglytuff is very, very low, but it does have a charge move pretty much ready to go at this point. So I expect Lantern here to tank. Yes, it does. Okay, so he brings in the Lantern. I'm assuming he's going to predict Ice Beam here. Yes, it is Ice Beam. So very good. Very good by BHaz to not shield that. And now he is up with the shield advantage. And he brings in a Lantern. So interesting choice there. His opponent probably has a Noctowl on the back. So this could be really bad. He decides to not block that Thunderbolt. So his Lantern is going to have a huge amount, or well, a large amount of HP left. If his opponent, if they don't block this next incoming T-Bolt here, he's going to make a switch out into Vigoroth. So that, Vigoroth is his last Pokemon, but again, he still has 2 shields. This is going to force out a shield from that Vigoroth, I assume, which it does. And I think the best play here is to just let Lantern go, but he actually opts in to shielding that. Ooh, and it's a Brick Break, guys. So this means he's going to swap out immediately into Noctowl so he can feint this thing immediately. He doesn't want that Vigoroth to farm energy off of that Lantern, which is definitely the smart play. I'm not sure why everyone is running Brick Break so far, but yeah, maybe it's just preference. And he's going to nail down these flying charge moves. He's been a pro so far at this. And then last but not least is that Lantern in the back. He probably could have gotten to a Psychic, but that's okay. This Sky Attack will be nearly enough to feint it. Ooh, yeah, it's really close. And Noctowl finishes off that game. So another fantastic play. Another fantastic victory by BHaz. So far he's 2-0 in the tournament. And we're going into round number 3, guys. So going into round number 3, he is going to be facing off against a player named Magic Eevee, and they will be running Lantern, Vigoroth, Venusaur, Fortress, Munchlax, and Heracross. Wow, very interesting line there, at least with the last 2. Those are... Heracross isn't so great in a post-charm meta. Munchlax there is definitely an interesting pick. So they are running 2 normals. So very interesting to see how that Munchlax comes into play, if at all. And I'm very interested to see how Heracross comes into play as well. So let's get into this first game against Magic Eevee. He's going to be opening with that Victory Bell again. So very confident that he's not going to get a Fortress lead. And it's the Munchlax. Wow. Munchlax opener. That's going to be really interesting. Those licks are going to be doing some quick damage, but the Razor Leaf is going to be doing a lot more damage a lot faster. So he is going to actually decide to shield this first body slam. He wants this switch advantage, guys, for sure. At this point, he's just going to farm this thing up. He decides to commit both shields here on this Victory Bell. I'm really curious as to why. And I'm curious to see what he does with this Victory Bell now that it has a bunch of charged energy. So they bring in Heracross. Wow. Really interesting. And they're going to block the Acid Spray. That is huge for his Victory Bell right now. He's going to get this next Leaf Blade off. And that's going to either force a shield or nearly KO this Heracross. Wow, what a play. And they're going to double block. And look what he has in the back, guys. It's Noctowl. Now, it's not able to get off a close combat or a Mega Horn. That is huge. Oh, but in the back, they have a Charge Beam Lantern. So this could come down really, really close, guys, because this Charge Beam Lantern charges energy a lot faster than Water Gun does. And it gets off a Thunderbolt. Oh, why not go for Hydro Pump there? Either way, this is going to be a close battle, but this Vigoroth is definitely going to beat this Lantern to another Thunderbolt, and it does. It gets that Body Slam off, and this is pretty much a wrap here, guys. Very little this Lantern can do. because of how low its HP is. Oh, that CMP tie. Wow. So I definitely like the strategy of his opponent there. But just unfortunately for them, they got shield baited hard by that acid spray, and then they had to shield twice to keep that Heracross alive. So wow, very good game plan by BHaz here. Jumping into game number 2, my boy BHaz is Mystic, guys. He's ranked 84th right now, so very close to that ace trainer status. Yeah, so he gets a bad lead opener. They are going to open with this Venusaur. Now, I don't think he likes to give up switch advantage just by how he's playing so far. He definitely likes to try to make the most. Oh, but he is going to actually switch here to maybe absorb a Frenzy Plant. But I think that Venusaur is actually a Razor Leaf one. So their opponent now is going to switch into Vigoroth, which is definitely a solid matchup, and they do shield. So wow, it is 2 shields to 0 right now, and BHaz has such a strong matchup here because this 2 shields pretty much can force a win from this Vigoroth. So I'm gonna assume a shield here. Yes, it does. So he does shield that, and they're gonna fire out Bulldoze. Interesting choice of charge move there for sure. I'm not quite sure BHaz was expecting that one, but he's going to finish off this Vigoroth regardless with the Sky Attack, and then in comes that Venusaur, which I do think is a Razor Leaf Venusaur by the animation I'm seeing. So opting to run Razor Leaf on their Venusaur. And yeah, this is going to be a wrap here. This Noctowl is able to get to a Sky Attack, and that Venusaur has no shields left. Oh, never mind. There's still one more Pokemon. My bad. And that is Fortress. So yeah, it's still pretty much a wrap here. This Lantern will be able to nearly beat this Fortress. What is that Fortress running? Is that Struggle Bug? That's definitely not Bug Bite. Is that Struggle Bug? I'm not really sure what that is, but anyways, regardless, BHaz is going to go for the Hydro Pump here, and that's going to be pretty much a KO on that Fortress. It is, and BHaz once again just taking absolute control of these matches and dominating every single opponent he's facing. So yeah, that wraps it up for round number 3, guys. Let's get into round number 4. So guys, going into round number 4 here, BHaz is going to be facing off against his opponent named Lady in Red, and she is going to be running Wigglytuff, Beedrill, Lantern, Vigoroth, Victory Bell, and Fortress as well. So she's definitely going to be taking advantage of the strengths that Charm Wigglytuff has, and let's see exactly how this matchup plays out. So for BHaz, he's going to be opening with Vigoroth. He has that Fortress in the middle for that amazing coverage against Wigglytuff, and then he has a Lantern in the back in case of Beedrill, in case of the mirror match, or in case he needs to finish off a Wigglytuff in the closer scenario. So interesting by Lady in Red to not run a Flyer, not run Noctowl, but let's see how this matchup plays out. He definitely has to be worried here about Victory Bell, although he does have that Fortress for the coverage. So yet another Vigoroth mirror match, just slapping each other with the fist. You know what, you guys want to know what I'm saying? And yeah, they're gonna try to piggyback off each other. His opponent pulls the trigger first on the Body Slam. They actually do get a CMP tie, so there's no scenario where a piggyback would be possible here. Ooh, and Lady in Red actually gets off the second Body Slam first. So let's see if BHaz here can get a piggyback in between. No, he doesn't. Instead, Lady in Red gets a piggyback. So this could come down to that. Oh, and he knows it. He tried to switch there. Oh, and Lady in Red is going to use her energy right here to feint this. So this is massive for her. She now has switch advantage. And let's see how he responds. So he brings in the Fortress. So definitely a smart play, seeing as how there's not many things on her team that can counter Fortress. Oh, but he doesn't have Earthquake, so this is going to be a losing matchup for him if Lady in Red has Earthquake on that Fortress. He's going to go for the Rock Tomb here for obviously a lot better damage than Heavy Slam, because that would be not very effective. And let's see what she goes with. She also doesn't have Earthquake, it seems, so definitely a crazy scenario here, and she's going to get to that right before BHaz can fire his off. Oh, but he had 1 HP left and he wasn't able to get it. But this means Lantern can farm a ton of energy from this Fortress. And let's see what Lady in Red has in the back. And it's a Lantern mirror match. Wow, this is going to come down to the wire. He has to get these excellence here on this minigame. And he does get the first one, so that's crucial. Now, this could come down to HP. But it looks like this last T-Bolt coming in from BHaz here any second is going to finish off Lady in Red's Lantern. But let's see if it does KO. This is gonna come down really close though. Oh, and it does nearly KO, but it's not enough for Lady in Red, and BHaz takes game number 1. So wow, mirror match to finish that off. I was honestly expecting a Wigglytuff in the back or something else. But yeah, very well played once again by BHaz in that game. Let's get into game number 2. So in game number 2, he's going to be taking out that Lantern, and he's going to be opening with his Victory Bell. So last game he led with a Vigoroth. So now that might bait out a Wigglytuff lead or potentially a Beedrill lead. So let's see how this plays out in the opening scenario here. I'm very curious to see what Lady in Red decides to lead here. And is it a good matchup? It is a Vigoroth lead. Wow, he has caught so many people off guard today with this Victory Bell lead. And she's going to have to immediately swap into that Fortress. But he has the Noctowl. Wow, what a prediction. Knowing that she would probably lead with Vigoroth, and then just knowing that Fortress is a good possibility here. And she also straight up goes for the Heavy Slam. So no shield bait potential there. He's going to force out a shield here with Sky Attack, I assume. Or not. That's okay too. This isn't that bad of a matchup for Fortress. As you can see here, it might force out a shield. It does. So great play there, knowing that Heavy Slam could potentially force a shield. But wow, he's going to go for the aggressive energy farm, because he is down that 1 shield, which means he has to make up for that by firing off nearly 2 Sky Attacks in a row. Actually, he does get it. So wow, he has all that energy stored up for 2 in a row. This is going to even out the shields pretty much, and how it is 1 shield apiece. And can he get a third? Oh, she pulls a trigger just in time before he can get a third. And very smart by Lady in Red there. But in comes this Victory Bell again. And this thing is going to cause havoc now that he has no more Fortress. And I'm just curious to see what he's going to do here. He's going to play it safe and let that Body Slam go through. Smart play. They're both now on even shields, but oh, in comes the Wigglytuff, and this is going to force a shield out, I presume, with an Acid Spray. Oh, and that Razor Leaf just did so much damage. But Wigglytuff loses, guys, without shields. This is a wrap in game 1. Wow. Victory Bell doing so much work in this game. Wow. And he ends it off with a shield in the back just in case. Well played by BHaz again in round number 4. He's up 4-0 now, guys. Let's get into the final round of his sweep. So, guys, in the final round of his tournament, he is going to be going up against his opponent, Johnny Ultra 6317. And once again, guys, I apologize. He wasn't able to get the full recording of this battle. It was 2-0, but he was only able to get 1 battle in. So this one battle is going to be the end of the tournament video for him. But that is okay. We still are going to see his absolute just dominating performance here in this final match of the video. So let's take a look at Johnny Ultra's team here. He's running Noctowl, Lantern, Fortress, Vigoroth, Vespiquen, and Venusaur. Very, very meta in standard lineup. That's actually the same exact lineup I ran in my tournament today, or earlier today, that I won in. The video will be up for you guys on Tuesday when you're watching this. And yeah, that's pretty standard lineup. And I've noticed BHaz hasn't been running Alolan Graveler, or yeah, he hasn't really been running Alolan Graveler at all. So very interesting. Oh, and he gets the amazing lead scenario against that Vespiquen. He's going to have to switch into this Noctowl, and I'm assuming BHaz here. Oh, he's actually gonna switch later than I thought he would. Or I thought he was going to let that Noctowl get hit by a Body Slam, then swap in so that they're on that even energy. But he's going to have to commit both shields here if he wants to win this matchup, which he does. He also gets a piggyback in there, so that is very good from him. And he should be able to beat this Vigoroth here to a Body Slam. Oh, he doesn't. But that Body Slam, I don't believe, will KO. It'll come really close. Yeah, it does not KO, and he gets off his Body Slam. So once again, he's so good at getting that switch advantage back. But he does have that shield, and wow, that came down really close. Whatever he switches into will have that energy in his Noctowl. So he has that full Sky Attack ready to go there. Oh, and it's a Lantern, so he has to make a swap into his own Lantern. And it doesn't seem like he has Venusaur in the back, guys. So maybe a mistake by his opponent not to bring that Venusaur in there. Because now it's going to come down to whatever his opponent has in the back. The opposing Lantern should win this mirror match. Oh no, he's going to actually swap out into that Vespiquen. Wow, yeah. BHaz hard countered his lineup here. What a read. He has us in the bag, guys, because this Lantern is going to pretty much KO that Vespiquen. It is able to get off one more charge move, which is going to be an X-Scissor that's going to nearly KO the Lantern. But that's just fine for this Noctowl because it still has all that loaded energy. And even a T-Bolt from this range, I don't believe would KO. Oh my god. And that Psychic there. Wow. Oh, he's not able to quite get it. But will make a difference. No, it won't. He's going to be able to finish off that Lantern with just quick moves. Just wow. What a great read from BHaz to know he's going to bring in that Vespiquen as well as that. I forget what else he brought in, but yeah, just overall great read. He had several counters to his opponent's team there in that one matchup. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for BHaz401's tournament run. This was a tournament in Massachusetts, for any of you guys wondering. It was, I believe, 19 people, went 5 rounds, dominating fashion. He won every single match without losing a single game. So 10-0 run, and we'll actually have a part 2 showing off his next 5-0 run in the same day. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And overall, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Here are the points page from the results. You can see BHaz up there with the dominating 5 wins. You can see Artificial Prodigy. Yeah, I think that says Artificial Prodigy. Then the 508 Goodwin, and then Lady in Red there in 4th. So as well as everyone else in this tournament. So very well played, BHaz. And congratulations on just dominating this tournament, as well as your other one in the same exact day. So very impressive, and definitely one of the strongest trainers in the world. So yeah, that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this shoutcast of BHaz's run through his 5-0 Jungle Cup tournament. And If you guys are new here, please don't forget to smash that subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. Smash the like and leave a comment down below if you'd like to see more shoutcasts from me in the future. And until part 2, I will talk to you guys later. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Huge credit once again to BHaz. I will link his Twitter down below in the comments, pinned comments. So make sure to go follow him if you'd like to see his posts and potentially see whatever he wants to talk about regarding metas and just overall tournaments and recaps. Just follow him if you want to follow him, guys. I really think you should. He's a great player, obviously, and he's ranked 84th now, so just drop him that follow, guys. Great guy as well. So yeah, that's it for the video, and I'll talk to you guys in my Jungle Cup tournament coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. And yeah, until then, peace out, guys.